and a little rivalry matchup. Premont opening the season at home. The Bells sitting at 0-2 on the season. The Cowgirls are under head coach Velma Marin. As Hinojosa sets to serve and starts the game with an ace. Let's take a real quick look at that great serve to start the game. Hinojosa, a junior for the Bells. Great serve to start the game. Another great serve. As the Bells take another point. Bells are up by a score of 2-0. Serve to the back row. Set to the outside. Bumped around. Set up by Cantu. Hit to the back row. And out. As Falfurrias up 3-0. And Hinojosa with the serve. Bump set. Hit to the back row. Set by Barrera. Big swing by Pierce. Kept alive. Cantu sends it over. Barrera with the set. Pierce. And a swing and a miss as the Bells jump out to an early 4-0 lead. Perez with the serve. Diving save, kept alive. Cantu sets it outside. Big swing, and it falls for Menchaca. Jenna Menchaca striking back as the Cowgirls are down 3-5. Stephanie Garza set to serve. Serve to the back row. Miss hit by Barrera. And the Cowgirls now down by a score of 5-4. Garza with the serve. Hit a little too deep. And the Bells stay ahead, 6-4. Lauren Cantu with the serve. Miss hit into the net. And the Bells stay ahead, 7-4. Cantu with the serve. Picked up by Varial. Pushed, kept alive by the Bells. Volleyed over. Cantu with a set. Big swing by Aleman. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. Tipped over by Garcia. Hit by Diaz as Diaz gets the Bells another point. The Bells up by a score of 8-4. Cowgirls looking to respond and break the serve of the Bells. Cantu with a floater. Set up by Cantu to the outside. Big swing. And falls as a kill from Irena Varial. Mirena Varial set to serve. Varial with the floater. Up with it. Great diving save by Aleman. Hit over. Bump set to the back row. Cantu hits it over. A setup for Aleman. Picked up. Tip to the back row. And pushed out of bounds by Hinojosa as the Cowgirls strike back. Cowgirls down by a score of 8-6. Don't forget during this volleyball game to share our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or stream our games on YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku. As Aleman hits one into the net, Cowgirls down 8-7. Looking to tie this ball game up as Mirena Varial is on a rally. Varial with the serve. Dug up by Hinojosa. Hit by Diaz. Cantu sets it to the outside. And blocked by the Bells. See if we can get that last block there. As Diaz and Varial go up and knock that down. The Bells go up by a score of 9-7. Big hit by Sabrina Garcia. Garcia with a huge swing and kill right there. Cowgirls down 9-8. As Jenna Menchaca set to serve. Menchaca to the right side. And up with it. As Mata, Ariela Mata, ties the game up by knocking that down. Serve to the back row. Cantu with the set. Knocked over. As there's a net call on the Bells. And the Cowgirls pull ahead by a score of 10-9. During this timeout, we'll be right back.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland.
Aleman with the serve. Pushed by Cantu. Pierce hits it over and out. Because it's a little too far. And the Cowgirls up by a score of 11-10. Set by Cantu. Hit by Pierce and kept alive as the Bells take a point back. As the Bells go down by a score of 11-12. Barrera sets a serve into the back row. Cantu sets it up. Blocked at the net, kept alive. Knocked up by Pierce. A set up and knocked in as Ariela Mata gets a kill to keep the Premont Cowgirls up by a score of 13-11. As the Cowgirls go through a rotation. Looks like Andrea Cantu. Excuse me. Number 12, Jessica. With the serve. Hinojosa set to serve for the Bells.
Our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet.
And we're back as Hinojosa serves it to the back row. Dug up by Mata. Barrera with the set. And a huge kill for Catherine Pierce as the Bells strike back. Hinojosa set to serve. Sends it to the outside. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. As you finish seeing that big kill by Pierce. And again, the Bells pulled ahead by a score of 14-13. Hinojosa on a 4-point rally here. Hinojosa with the serve. And an ace. Hinojosa started the game with an ace and looking to keep the rally going for herself and the Bells as they pull ahead 15-13. She serves that one over, kept alive by the Cowgirls. And another big point for the Bells. As the Bells start to pull ahead 16-13, we'll have a timeout and be right back.
To connect students at home with teachers and professors alike, our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
And we're back as Hinojosa set to serve. Bells up by a score of 16-13. Hinojosa to the back row. Set up by Cantu. Big hit there by Mirena Varial. Cowgirls try to crawl back into this game, down 16-14. And an ace for Cantu, as she has a huge serve. Cantu with the jump serve. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. And a two-touch call as the Cowgirls tie the game up 16 even. As the Bells have a couple questions. Cantus sets a serve for the Cowgirls. Cantu with the jump serve, floats it to the back row. Set to the outside. Hit over by Shai. Barrera sets it up. And Pierce hits it into the net as the Cowgirls pull ahead 17-16. Jump serve, big swing. Bells hit it over and out as the Cowgirls continue to extend the lead, and we have another timeout taken by the Bells. We'll be right back.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Come and enjoy 2 full days of Texas Fest on March 13 and 14 at the San Benito Fairgrounds. Experience the Battle of the Alamo. See the fabulous Grammy winner Eddie da Reina Yavante and legendary Jaime de Anda, plus Los Garcia Brothers, Sereno, H3, Grupo Ácido, huge car show, market days, and join the IBCA State Championship Cook-Off. Take in native Indian, folklorico, and Aztec dancers, Reyes dancing horses, and rock climbing wall and games. Don't miss Texas Fest in San Benito.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
And we're back as we're trying to fix a few technical difficulties. Our running score and live score isn't working. So I'll try to keep you as up to date with the score as possible, as we have a tie ball game 18-18. Aleman gets a big hit, set to the outside, and hit into the net as the Bells pull ahead 19-18. Again, don't forget to share our link on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. As the Bells get an ace by Perez to tie the game up, even at 19. Bells go ahead by a score of 20-19. Pushed by Cantu, and just a little too far for the Bells. As the Cowgirls tie the game 20-20. Garza with the serve and the ace. Let's take a look at that serve by Garza. Garza into the back row. Hit over by Varial. Diving save by Garza. And a little too far for the Premont Cowgirls as the Bells take one back. Bells up 21-20. Lauren Cantu with the serve into the back row. And a little too much to handle for the Cowgirls. And as the Cowgirls fall behind 22-20, we'll have another coach's timeout. Don't forget, it's with the help of those that are watching and viewing these games that you share our page. And if you're looking for professional advertising during our live stream, make sure you get in touch with us at Rio Sports Live through our email or our Facebook page or our Twitter page. And we'll be right back.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
And we're back as the Bells are up 22-20. And an ace by the sophomore, Lauren Cantu. Cantu with the floater. Set up by Cantu. Kept alive by the Cowgirls and hit over. Tipped by Aleman. And a beautiful tip there as the Bells pull ahead by a score of 24-20. Again, those of you that are watching live with us, please make sure you bear with us as I'll try to keep you as up to date with the score, as we're having a few technical difficulties. And the Bells win set number 1 by a score of 25-20. As we get ready for set number 2, we'll be right back.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the real.
And we're back as Cantu serves it to the back row. Hit by Pierce. And a 4 hits called. As the Cowgirls go ahead 1-0. Again, please bear with us on the running score. As you can see, we can have the set score, but bear with us on the running score. I'll do my best to keep you updated on the score. Barrera sets it to the outside, kept alive by Cantu. Set up for Cantu as she hits it to the back row. Kept alive by the Bells. Hit over. Barrera outside. And a block by the Cowgirls as the Cowgirls stay ahead 2-0. Cantu with her jump serve into the back row. Bumped over. Tipped over. Barrera keeps it alive. Hinojosa to the back row. Great diving save by Hinojosa and by Barrera. Volleyed back to the Cowgirls. Knocked over by Varial. Kept alive. Barrera with the tip. Diving save by Cantu. Cantu tips it to the back row. Shai tips it over. Set up in the back row. Cantu a little too far to the side as she hits one into the net. And the Bells take a point there and go down by a score of 2-1. Cantu hits it over. Varial hits it to the back row. Varial up with it. Diving save and knocked out as the Bells tie the game up. We have a shout out to Danny De Leon for the murals that were sponsored by the Premont Athletic Boosters. Thank you, Danny, for the kind gesture and helping out the Premont Cowboys and Cowgirls this season. Bells take another one and pull ahead by a score of 3-2. Hinojosa set to serve. Into the back row. Back row hit by Cantu. The Bells with a couple diving saves. Garza hits it to the opposite side as it falls. And the Bells tie it up. The Bells have it tied up now. 3-3. Looks like we're gonna have a little injury timeout. And as the Cowgirls set to serve, we'll be right back.
X1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since 52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then...
And after we have an injury timeout, we're back as the Cowgirls tied 3-3 with the Falfurrias Bills. As the Cowgirls get set to serve.
Team in every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Come and enjoy 2 full days of Texas Fest on March 13 and 14 at the San Benito Fairgrounds. Experience the Battle of the Alamo. See the fabulous Grammy winner Eddie the Reina Yavante and legendary Jaime de Anda, plus Los Garcia Brothers, Sereno, H3, Grupo Ácido.
And we're back after another injury timeout. Cowgirls tied 3-3. Served to the back row by Garza. Varial bumps it over. Cantu sets it up to the outside. Big swing there by Garcia. As we get a 2-touch call against the Bells. As they take a timeout. Please don't forget to share our page on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku for all your live stream events with Rio Sports Live. We'll be right back.
And join the IBCA State Championship Cook-Off. Take in native Indian, folklorico, and Aztec dancers, Reyes dancing horses, and rock climbing wall and games. Don't miss Texas Fest in San Benito.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And we're back as we fix the score through the little delay that we had there during that timeout. We'll have a live score for you now as you tune into this rivalry matchup between the Premont Cowgirls and the Falfurrias Bells. Garza serves it to the back row. Set up for Varial. Blocked by the Cowgirls. As the Cowgirls stay ahead by a score of 5-3. Thank you for bearing with us as we try to give you the best live stream that we can possible as we did our best to fix the score for you. Thank you for bearing with us. As Garza serves one to the back row. Tipped and knocked down by the Cowgirls. Pushed over. Set up to the outside. Garcia pushes it over. Shy with a swing and a miss. As the Cowgirls stay ahead by a score of 6-3. Garza with the serve. And in for an ace. As the Bells falling behind here, 7-3. Garza with some huge serves here in the second set. Cantu pushes it to the back row. Kept alive by the Bells, a big swing by Pierce. Cantu sets it up for Garcia, and Garcia hits it into the net as the Bells take one back and go behind by a score of 7-4. Perez with the serve into the back row. Varial pushes it over. Hinojosa hits it. And knocked over by Varial for a big kill. Let's take a look at that last rally. Perez with a good serve. And the Cowgirls keep it alive. And Varial with a huge swing and kill there. Bells hit it a little too hard and out as the Cowgirls pulling ahead 9-4. Varial with the serve. Bells hit it around. Great dig by Cantu. Set her up in the back row. Big hit. Set to the outside. Aleman with a big swing. The Cowgirls do a great job keeping it alive and tip it over. Aleman with the tip and the miss as the Cowgirls pull ahead 10-4. Varial hoping to keep this rally going for the Cowgirls in this second set of the game. Hit to the back row, into the net, and another one falls for the Cowgirls. Cowgirls slowly just pulling ahead. Varial with another floater into the back row. Bump set, hit by Aleman. Cantu sets up, Garcia. A few jumps, a few tips, diving saves, and the Cowgirls keep it alive. Another tip, and a bunch of tips as The volley continues between the Bells and the Cowgirls. Set up by Barrera. Aleman with the swing. Blocked at the net. Tipped back over. And the Cowgirls score a huge point there after a huge rally and pull ahead. And during this timeout, we'll show you that replay. A beautiful back tip by Cantu, the sophomore, for the Cowgirls. As you finish watching this replay, a tip and a huge back set, and it falls in for a point. As we go to commercial, we'll be right back with you.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you.
As we get back into this second set, the Premont Cowgirls ahead of the Bells, 12-4 in the second set. Barrera with the bump set, blocked, and falls for the Bells as they try to push their way back into this game, down 12-5. After they go through a few rotations. Cantu set to serve. The sophomore. Into the back row. Set outside. Blocked by the Bells as it falls out of bounds. And the Cowgirls take another point back. Served over. Kept alive by Perez. And knocked out by Diaz in a little miscommunication there by the Bells. The Cowgirls really running away with this second set, up 14-5. Cowgirls looking to take this second set. Serve deep into the back row, and it falls for another point. Varial. Another great serve. Varial. Serve to the back row. And point to the Bells. And the Bells take a point. Excuse me, the last Cowgirl that was serving was Tiffany Moreno. Excuse the number change. As the Cowgirls take a point back and stay ahead 16-6. Excuse me on that last Cowgirl server. It was number 2, Tiffany Moreno, on that long run. Garcia with the huge serve. Set to the outside. Tipped by Mata. Kept alive. The Bells. Varial with the tip. And a little too much there as the Bells slowly trying to climb back into this second set. Aleman, the senior, set to serve. Into the back row. Set up by Cantu. Stephanie Garza with the huge kill there. As Garza helps the Cowgirls pull ahead by another point. Bossa Negra with the serve. and just wide right as it sails out. Hinojosa looking to jump on a run right here for the Bells. Barrera actually ready to serve. To Cantu. Garza sets up Cantu. Big hit to the back end and falls for a point. Cantu with a big hit there, the sophomore for the Cowgirls. Cantu playing well today. Watch the jump serve. She floats one over. Tipped. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. Varial with a huge swing. And kill there. Monique Varial with a huge swing there. Hinojosa set to serve. To the back row. Tipped by Cantu. Barrera tips it over into the open area. And the Bells slowly striking back in this game. Down 18-10. As the Bells hoping to climb back in this second set. As they're ahead, 1-0. Hinojosa served, miss hit. And another point for the Bells. Hinojosa again looking to get her team on a huge rally right here. Cowgirls look to break the serve. Set up in the middle. Hit by Varial. Hit back to the Cowgirls. Tipped by Varial. Push to the back corner. Bump set. Kept alive. Set up at the front row. Tipped over. Diving save by Barrera. Hit back to Barrera. Keeps it alive. The Bells scrambling around. Volley it over. Garza sets up Cantu in the back row and hits it into the net as the Cowgirls slowly giving some points away, and the Bells climbing back into this second set. Hinojosa with the serve. Set up by Cantu. And hit into the net. As the Cowgirls, Menchaca, just not enough on it. Hinojosa, ready to serve. Floats one over. Garza tips one. Tipped over by the Bells. And after a diving effort, the Bells take another point back. Hinojosa here on a 7-point run for the Bells. See if they can continue the rally. Cowgirls looking to break the point. Hit to Barrera, and a miscommunication lets it fall. As the Cowgirls finally back on the board. Up 19-14 in the second set. Garza serves it to the back row. Kept alive by the Bells. And just a little too much to handle there. Let's take a look at that big serve by Garza. A lot of power behind that serve. Garza with a strong swing there for the ace. As it's pushed over, Hinojosa bump sets it. Shy tips it over, kept alive by Cantu. Diving save by Aleman, and Varial tips one over as the Bells now down 20-15. A great 2A, 3A matchup we have here between the Premont Cowgirls and the Falfurrias Bells. Perez with the line shot. Tipped over. Aleman with a big swing, kept alive by the Cowgirls. Barrera sets it up for Varial. Varial finds a hole and tips it over as the Bells climb back. Now down 20-16. The Bells starting to figure some things out in the second set. Slowly creeping back. Perez with a huge serve. Cantu hits it over, tipped. And Aleman hits one into the net. And the Cowgirls stay up. 21-16. Varial. Ready to serve. See if Varial can jump on another run here. Floating serve into the back row. Set up for Aleman. Big swing, big hit. Kept alive. Big swing by Mata. Varial hits one to the back row. Dug up by Varial. Garza bumps it over. Barrera sets it up to the outside. And Aleman with a huge kill. As the Bells coming together for a huge point. Down 21-17 in this second set. The Bells looking to work their way back. Cantu with the serve, floats one to the back row. Cantu tips it over. Aleman with a tip, kept alive by Cantu. And a little too much on it as it's hit out. And the Bells have another point. The Bells down 21-18. Cantu with the serve. Menchaca receives it. Menchaca tips it over. Menchaca sets up Garcia. And Garcia finds a hole. And the Cowgirls staying with just enough cushion to keep a lead in this second set. Number 2, Tiffany Moreno. Ready to serve. Last time Moreno was up to serve, Cowgirls jumped on a 4-point rally. Serve to the back row. After some communication, the Bells get it over. Set up for Garcia. Tips it over and falls for a point. As the Cowgirls stay ahead, 23-18. Cowgirls look to close this out. Moreno, ready to serve. Moreno to the back row. Set up. Hinojosa hits it over. Cantu sets up. And a big swing by Mata. Mata scoring. Keeping the Cowgirls alive. Let's take a look at that point. Huge kill by Mata on the left side. As the Cowgirls stay ahead, a beautiful set by Cantu. And Mata, just a little too much on it. Bells receive the serve. Aleman hits it over. Cantu tips it to the back row. Push to the outside. Aleman finds a hole and falls for a point as the Bells down 24-19. Varial ready to serve. Floats one over. Received by the Cowgirls. Set up for Mata. Mata to the back row. Cantu sets up Varial in the middle. Cantu with a bump set. And Garcia gets it over. Monique Varial with a huge swing there. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. And a big block by the Bells. As the Bells hoping to get back in this game. A huge team block there by Diaz and Varial. Let's take a look at that block as the play develops. The Cowgirls keep it alive after that huge block. Varial hits one over, kept alive by the Cowgirls. Cantu pushes one outside. Monique with a huge hit and huge kill there as the Bells now down 24-21 as the Cowgirls look to end this second set. Varial with the floater. Miss hit by Garcia. And the Bells now down 24-22 as the Cowgirls slowly giving up their lead. They take a timeout. Don't forget during this live stream to share the link on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku. Make sure you tune in with us. We'll be giving you all your Coastal Bend, Rio Grande Valley volleyball and football this season. As the Bells look to climb back in this game, the Premont Cowgirls hoping after this timeout to end the second set and get ready to move their way into the third set, tied up at 1 apiece. Varial ready to serve. Floats one over, received by Varial. Bumped over. A tip. Set up to the back row for Cantu. Cantu kills it to the back left corner. And the Cowgirls take set number 2. As we change sets here, we'll give you that instant replay. Cantu working it back to herself. And she hits the open area in the back left corner. And we'll be right back.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach.
And as we get ready to kick off the third set, Cowgirls and Bells, even at one set apiece. And this 10-mile rivalry here between the Cowgirls and the Bells as Hinojosa serves it up. Big swing. And big hit there for Varial. As the Cowgirls strike first in this third set. Jump serve by Cantu. Tipped and blocked into the net as the Bells take a point back. And even the score at one apiece. Perez into serve. Perez into the back row. Tipped over. It'll be a two-touch call there as the Bells take another point. Perez ready to serve. Serves it to the back right corner. Cantu tips one back to the far left corner and finds some open space there as it's too far out of the reach of the Bells. And the Cowgirls tied up at 2 apiece. Garza with the serve. Dug up by Perez. Volleyed over by the Bells. Cantu sets up all the way across. And a little too much on it there for the Bells. As the Cowgirls pull ahead 3-2. Garza. Big swing into the net. Tie ball game. Isabella Relas into serve. Floats one over. Set up to Cantu. A little too much behind that as the Bells take the lead 4-3. Relas serves it to the left side. Set up by Cantu. Barrera sets up Aleman. And a little too much for the Cowgirls. Bells stay ahead. Relas to the left side. Cantu bump sets it. Garcia, big swing. Aleman volleys it over. Great middle set. Big swing by Menchaca, kept alive by the Bells. Garza from the back row, dug up by Hinojosa. Valial, big swing, and too much as the Cowgirls take a point back. Varial with the serve. Received by Hinojosa. Set up for Aleman. Blocked and kept alive. Big swing by Garcia. Barrera sets up Aleman. Blocked by the Cowgirls. As the Cowgirls tie the ball game up. Varial with the serve. Received by Perez. Aleman finds a hole. And the Bells take the lead. As we go through the rotation. Varial. Ready to serve. To the right side, kept alive. Menchaca. Aleman again with a huge kill. Let's take a look at Aleman on that hit. As Varial sets up to start the next point. You look in at this big hit by Aleman. Set her up on the outside, big hit, finds a hole. And the Bells take another point on the tip as they pull ahead, 8-5. Varial, line shot, dug up by Garcia. Barrera sets up Aleman. Aleman with a big swing, big tip, and another point falls. Aleman with 3 big hits in a row. As the Bells responding to some adversity. Varial to the back row. Set up for Menchaca. Menchaca saved by Varial. Volleyed over by the Bells. Hit from the back row. Barrera sets up Aleman. Another big swing. Kept alive by Garcia. Big swing by Garcia. And she scores. Garcia with a big swing there for the Cowgirls. Sabrina Garcia with a huge swing right there for the Cowgirls to end that last point. As you can see, as Moreno sends the serve over. And the Bells stay ahead, 10-6. Aleman, ready to serve. To the short side of the court. Set up for Mata. And into the net. The Bells slowly pulling ahead here. Responding to some adversity. Received by the Cowgirls. Garcia sends it over. And the Bells, a little too much behind it. And the Cowgirls back in this game. Garcia, ready to serve. Into the back row, received by Relas. Bumped over. Set to the outside. Garza tips it. Kept alive by the Bells. And just out of the reach of Aleman. As the Cowgirls now down 11-8. Cowgirls. And a nice serve there by Moreno. Tiffany Moreno hoping to jump on a run here as the Bells take a timeout. As this timeout takes place, we'll be right back from commercial.
Leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD. Excellence is our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446.
And we're back in this third set. Garcia. Nice serve. Tipped over by Barrera. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. Garza tips it back. A set by Barrera and a big swing by Varial. Cantu keeps it alive, pushes it to the back row. Set up for Pierce. Dug up by Garcia. Cantu sends it over. Barrera with the tip. Cantu tips it back. Big swing by Varial, kept alive by the Cowgirls. Relas to Barrera to Pierce. As Cantu hits it over. Tipped. Cantu sets up Garza. Garza with the swing and a huge kill there for Garza. As the Cowgirls look to tie it up, down 11-10. Hit to the back row. Aleman into the net, and the Cowgirls tie this ball game back up. The Cowgirls pulling themselves together here, down 6, and jump on a run with Garcia, hitting some great serves there, kept alive by the Bells. And a little too much for the Cowgirls as the Bells keep the lead. Again, the Bells looking for their first win of the season. Barrera serves it over. Cantu sets it up into the back row. Cantu pushes it to the back row. Set up for Diaz. And not enough on it as the Cowgirls even it up. Bossa Negra with the serve. And a miss. As the Bells pull ahead, 13-12. Dug up by Garcia. Set up by Cantu. Hit by Varial. And a big kill there for Varial. To tie it back up, take a look at that hit by Varial. The Cowgirls 1-1 this season as they look to take their first home game. Served over by Cantu. Kept alive. The Bells set it up in the middle for Varial. Blocked by Varial. As the volley continues. Tipped over. Cowgirls set it to the middle, into the net, and set a little too far. As the Bells take the lead, 14-13. Remember to like and share our page on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, to stream all your Coastal Bend and Rio Grande Valley volleyball and football games, as Perez there with a huge ace. Too much to handle there for the Cowgirls as the Bells stay up 15-13. Perez ready to serve to Garcia. Cantu pushes it to the back row and out as the Bells take another point. Cowgirls looking to break the serve here. Again, the Cowgirls at a 1-1 record and the Bells at 0-2. Cantu with a great set, hit by Menchaca. Set over Varial and into the net. Garza serves it over. Hit by Aleman. Cantu sets it up to the outside. Garcia. Aleman. Big hit to the left side. And called in. As Aleman keeps the Bells in the lead, 17-14. Bells looking to respond after giving up the second set. Relas into serve. Relas floats one over to the back row and a little too far. And the Cowgirls take a point back. Again, Varial up to serve. Let's see if Varial can get the Cowgirls on a roll here. Last time she was up, they went on a 4-point run. Varial with the serve to the middle. Kept alive by the Bells. Cowgirls tip it over as we have a line call. And the Bells stay up, 18-15. Varial, ready to serve. Into the back row, dug up. And a little too much there for the Cowgirls. Let's take a look at that serve by Varial. Varial, the senior, serves another one to the back row. The Cowgirls keep it alive. As you look at the replay, Varial, a huge swing and ace right there. The Bells keep it alive. Hit to the outside. Falls on the line. And the Bells take another point as they go up 20-15 in this third set. Varial, a little too much power as it falls out of bounds. Cowgirls go through a couple rotations here. Moreno, ready to serve. Moreno to the back row. Received by Perez. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. Big swing there from Garcia. Varial, Cantu keeps it alive. Push to the back row. Barrera keeps it alive for the Bells. Cantu sets up Mata. Big swing and big kill by Aleman. Aleman again with another huge kill to keep the Bells up 21-16. Let's take a look at this kill by Aleman. Big swing there for the senior. Served by Aleman. Cantu sets up Garcia. Tipped over. Tipped back. Diving save by Relas. And it's not enough for the Bells. As the Cowgirls look to climb back in this. And the Bells take a timeout. And we'll be right back with you after this timeout.
VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you.
And we're back, folks, here in Premont, Texas. Cowgirls tied with the Bells, 1-1 set. As Garcia serves it over as it falls out of bounds. And the Cowgirls take a point. Cowgirls looking to come back in this third set. Down 21-18. Garcia to the back row. Set up for Varial. Tipped at the net and falls for a Bell point. Bell stay ahead, 22-18. Barrera gets ready to serve. Into the back row. Kept alive. Big swing by Mata. Shai keeps it in play. Cantu set up outside for Stephanie Garza. And it's in. Garza with a big kill there. Looking to get the Cowgirls some momentum right here. Coming in to serve. Number 1, Hannah Lozano. Getting some action here in the third set. Lozano with the serve. And not enough as it falls short. Hinojosa, ready to serve. Into the front row, kept alive. And the Cowgirls push it over and out. As the Bells look to end the set right here. Hinojosa, ready to serve. Hinojosa to the back row. Cantu sets up Varial. Varial tips it over. Set up for Shai. Shai with a good hit on it. Barrera sets up Varial in the middle. Tipped over. Great diving save by Cantu. Another diving save by Hinojosa. Cowgirls push it over. Set up outside for Shai. She tips it. Set up for Garza. Garza with a swing and way too much on it. And as we get ready for the fourth set, Cowgirls down 2-1. Bells take the lead, and we'll be right back.
Graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Come and enjoy 2 full days of Texas Fest on March 13 and 14 at the San Benito Fairgrounds. Experience the Battle of the Alamo. See the fabulous Grammy winner Elida Reina Yavante and legendary Jaime de Anda, plus Los Garcia Brothers, Sereno, H3, Grupo Ácido, huge car show, market days, and join the IBCA State Championship Cook-Off. Take in Native Indian, Folklorico, and Aztec dancers, Reyes dancing horses, and rock climbing wall and games. Don't miss Texas Fest in San Benito.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part.
As we get ready to start the fourth set, Cowgirls down 2-1 at home. Bells looking to get their first win of the season at 0-2. In this 2A, 3A 10-mile rivalry between Premont and Falfurrias. Cantu ready to set the fourth set off. Received by Pierce. Knocked over. Varial sets up Menchaca. Diving save by Barrera. Varial sets up Garza. Killed by Garza. Into the back row. Set up outside for Menchaca. Diving save by Aleman. And then Hinojosa hits it into the net as the Cowgirls strike first. Cantu with the jump serve. Barrera. Not enough on the set there, as the Cowgirls pull ahead 2-0. Cantu to the back corner. Set up for Aleman. Into the net. And the Cowgirls keep their lead. Cowgirls looking to respond after falling in the third set. Received by Hinojosa. Shy hits it to the back corner. Cantu dives. Kept alive. And just a little too high for the Cowgirls. After that great effort there, the Bells take a point. Hinojosa sets a serve. She sends it over to the outside. Barrera to Pierce as she finds a hole. And the Cowgirls slowly giving some points away. Hinojosa sends it over, received by Varial. Set up. Hit by Menchaca. Tipped. Kept alive. Big block by the Bells. Pierce up with it. And a big hit there by Pierce. Let's take a look at that replay on that point. Cowgirls kept it alive. And the Bells come up with a block. And Pierce gets back up with it for a big hit there. As the Bells even it up at 3 apiece. Aleman. Pierce hits one over. And the Bells take the lead. Hinojosa on a 4-point run here. See if she could stay on this rally. Hinojosa serves it to the back row. Misplayed by Cantu. Barrera sets up Pierce outside. Great dig by Garcia. And the Cowgirls into the net as the Bells stay ahead, 5-3. Hinojosa Serves it over. Dug up by Menchaca. Set to the middle. Varial up with it. Set by Barrera. And hit into the net. As the Cowgirls slowly try to pull back in this game. Set up by Barrera. Outside to Varial. Varial, a little too much and out of the diving arms of Aleman. And the Cowgirls even it up at 5 apiece. Garza with the serve. Into the back left corner for an ace. Huge ace for the Cowgirls to pull ahead. Garza with a big swing there to give the Cowgirls a lead. As we take a look at this serve, Garza with a lot of power behind that serve. As the Bells send it over, you see that ace right there. Garza, huge swing. Bells scrambling around, keep it alive. Cantu sets up Garcia. Garcia with a big hit. Tipped over. Set to the outside, Varial. Pierce to the back left corner for a kill. As Pierce takes one back to tie the ball game up. After a great diving save by the Bells, Pierce with a huge hit there. As you finish off the replay, Perez serves it up. And a big kill there by Garcia. Garcia keeping the Cowgirls in the lead. Cowgirls slowly just staying in this game, looking to respond to some adversity here. Varial with the serve. Received by Varial. Set up to Aleman. Tipped at the net. Ochoa sets up Cantu. And Cantu hits it into the net. As we're tied at 7, we go through the rotation. Relas in the serve. Relas serves it over into the net as the Bells lose a point. Moreno ready to serve. Received by Page. Aleman with the huge hit. As we get a line call against the Cowgirls on the block attempt. And the Bells tied up at 8. Served by Varial. Received by Moreno. Set up. And blocked. As the Bells take the lead 9-8. Cowgirls looking to break a point here. Varial, great serve. Back tip. And a great point there for Cantu. Let's go ahead and take a look at that back tip right there. As she tips it over, finds a hole in the defense. Cantu, the sophomore setter, does it all for the Cowgirls. As Garza blocks another one for a huge point there for the Cowgirls. As the Cowgirls now take the lead 10-9. Garcia serves one into the net. And we're back at a tied ball game. Aleman ready to serve. Aleman sends it over. Dug up by Moreno. And a little too far there. The Bells hoping to end this game, this set, and catch their first win of the season. Aleman sends it over. We got a miscommunication there as it falls for an ace. Aleman, the senior, ready to serve. To the right side, Cantu sets it up. And miss-hit by Mata. As the Bells start to pull ahead, the Cowgirls will take a timeout. And we'll be right back with you after this timeout.
Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the Blue Building and the Blue Shrimp Boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
As we get ready in this fourth set, Aleman to serve. Meet at the net. We got a line call there against the Cowgirls. And the Bells keep the lead. Up by a score of 14-10. Aleman with a huge ace right there. Aleman keeping the Bells in the lead. Aleman comes out and makes a huge serve right here. As we take a look at that serve, Aleman sets up for the next point. And you see the miscommunication there on that ace by Aleman. Set up outside for Pierce, diving save. Tip to the back row. Kept alive by Barrera. And the Bells take another point. Bells pulling ahead here, 16-10. See if the Bells can finish today. Aleman with a huge serve. Cantu back set. Big swing by Mata. And out of bounds. See if the Cowgirls can crawl their way back into this game. As the Cowgirls looking to jump on a run, down 16-11. Lozano with the serve. Set up for Pierce, diving save. Tipped over. Kept alive. Varial with the swing, the tip, and point for the Cowgirls. As the Cowgirls hoping to gain some momentum right here. And the Bells will take a timeout. During this timeout, we'd like to just reach out to those that are viewing and watching, as we appreciate when you like and share our page. Make sure you reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku, as we look to bring you your Coastal Bend and Rio Grande Valley volleyball and football games this fall. Remember, it's with those that are viewing and those who would like to purchase. Corporate advertising with Real Sports Live is how we get to do our job for you and bring you these live streamed volleyball and football games this season. If you're looking for some advertising opportunities with Real Sports Live, make sure you reach out to us through our email or our Facebook page, as we can get some advertising for this live stream events. As the Cowgirls hit one out on the serve. Barrera, ready to serve. Barrera sends it over. Received by Garcia, set up for Varial, tipped. Kept alive by the Bells. Cantu sets up Varial. And the tip just a little too far out in front. Barrera serving it up. Sends it over. Received by Garcia. Set up for Garza. Cantu sets up Varial on the outside. Varial sends it over. Barrera sets up Pierce. Pierce gets up with it and knocks it out. Cowgirls looking to jump on a run here as it becomes do or die in this set for them. Down 2-1. Cantu with the jump serve. Received by Pierce. Set up for Diaz. Big kill. Diving. Garcia. A little too much for Garcia there. As the Bells ahead 19-13. Bells looking to finish this off and catch their first win of the season. Hinojosa sends it over. Kept alive by the Cowgirls. Barrera sets up Pierce. Pierce up with it and into the net. Cowgirls here. Served by Garza. Received by Aleman. Up for Varial. Kept alive, tipped over. Barrera sets up Varial in the middle. Lozano with the dig. Garcia falling over. Menchaca sends it. Cantu tips it to the backside. And not enough. As the Bells pull ahead 20-14. Bells looking to take this fourth set. Perez with the serve. Cantu sets up Garcia. Garcia sends it to the back row. Barrera bump set to Aleman. And just too much there for the Cowgirls as Aleman takes a big swing there and not enough to meet up with her at the net. As you take a look at this replay, Perez sends it over. Cantu sets someone up. And the Cowgirls take a point back on a two-touch. Cowgirls down 21-15 coming into the next rotation. Varial with the serve. Hit by Garcia. Cantu pushes it to the back as Perez receives it. Aleman jumps up, tipped at the net. Garcia sets up Garza. Garza with the big swing. Great diving save by Hinojosa. Varial, big swing from the middle, and too much. Cowgirls looking to jump on a run. Varial doing the serving. Varial sends it to the back row. Pushed over by Aleman. Cantu sets up Garcia. Garcia, diving save by Barrera. And knocked out by the Bells as the Cowgirls take another point. Cowgirls really looking to get back in this game as the Bells hope to finish as they take a timeout up 21-17. We'll be right back with you.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community.
And as we get ready to continue the fourth set, Varial ready to serve. Sends it over. Received by Varial. Set up for Aleman on the outside. Kept alive. Cantu, bump set. Hit over by Mata. Sent over. Cowgirls receive it. Garcia through the middle. Barrera with the bump set. Aleman with the big swing. Big block at the net. And the Bells keep it alive. Cantu pushes it to the back row. Aleman sends it over. Cantu sets up Mata. Mata, too much on it. As the Bells looking to close this out right here. Up 22-17. After the Bells go through their rotation. Relas into serve. Relas sends it over. Cantu sets up Menchaca. Menchaca with the big swing. And hoping for some momentum here, the Cowgirls looking to stay alive. As the Cowgirls down 22-18. The Bells look to close this one out. Sent over by Moreno. Into the back row and in for an ace. Beautiful serve there by Moreno. Moreno. Sends it over. Received by Hinojosa. Aleman with the big swing. And a little too much. As the Cowgirls staying in this fourth set. Down 22-20. Moreno sends it over. Miss hit by Relas. And the Cowgirls pull within one in this fourth set. Moreno on a 4-point run here. Moreno ready to serve. Sends it over. Diving save by Hinojosa. Set up for Aleman. Big swing. Great diving save by Varial. Sent to the back row by Garza. Cantu sets up Aleman. And a big hit by Garcia as the Cowgirls tie the game up. Even at 22, the Cowgirls looking to pull ahead right here. The Premont Cowgirls doing a great job of getting back in this ball game as Moreno looking to stay on her run here. Moreno sends it over, received by Hinojosa. A setup for Aleman on the outside. Big hit, falls in as the Bells take the lead back 23-22. In this great 2A, 3A matchup between the Cowgirls and the Bells. Cantu sets up, and a tip by Mata there to tie it up at 23. A nice set and tip by the Cowgirls. Garcia sends it over. Kept alive by Moreno. Garza to Perez. Aleman with the big swing. Diving save by Garcia. Set up for Garza. Garza tips one over. Kept alive by the Bells. And the Cowgirls take the lead, 24-23. The Cowgirls doing it all in this fourth set, coming back as they get ready for a point set. Garcia sends it over. Barrera outside to Aleman, tipped. Cantu sets up Garza. Garza, diving save by Aleman. Sent over by the Bells. Cantu to Mata. Mata serves it, and it's out. Big point for the Bells to stay in this fourth set. The Bells look to close this out as they gave up an 8-point lead. Aleman with the serve. Moreno to Cantu. Garza tipped at the net. Aleman, big kill. As the Bells pull ahead, 25-24. Look to get the game point here. Cowgirls fighting their way back. Aleman to the middle. And knocked out as the Bells take the win by a score of 26-24. The Bells take their first win of the season against the Premont Cowgirls by a score of 3-1 set. What a great matchup between these, I would say, crosstown rivals, the Falfurrias Bells and the Premont Cowgirls. Cowgirls did a great job of trying to come back in that fourth set, but just didn't have enough as the Bells take the win. Again, we're here with Rio Sports Live. Make sure you follow and share our link on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Apple TV, and Roku as we look to send out here from Premont, Texas. I'm Orlando Guerra with my cameraman Omar Guerra. Thank you for listening in, and we'll see you soon.